And in your prior best season where you got 14 points, you got beat by Bayern Munich 10-2. What in your right minds of Arsenal fans do you guys believe that you're able to win the Champions League out of nowhere? After bottoming the league to Man City, you know you're going to win one of the greatest achievements that you can as a club. It doesn't make sense to me. Yo guys, welcome back to the final whistle. Today we've got a little debate for you, something that I wanted to really talk about for a very, very long time. And it just so happens that this week Arsenal did play in the Champions League against Porto. So I just want to talk about that initially before I get into what I want to talk about. So how did you guys find the game? Obviously Porto beat Arsenal in the dying minutes of the first leg at their ground. I'm going to ask the Arsenal fan first and then we will talk about it. So what did you take away from the game?
Ici c'est Paris? Nah, do you know what it is, yeah? I'll be honest with you. The game, so I saw the first half, I saw little bits of the first half, and I was like, it's not looking too promising. I didn't think, usually in games, we have a lot of possession, which we did have. I think we had about 58% possession in that game, and we weren't creating anything. So I was thinking, okay, cool, second half, you might make a couple tweaks, and I actually didn't see the rest of the second half up until like the 75th minute. I was watching it, I was like, bro, we cannot move at all. We were passing it around, but we couldn't get into the central areas that we usually...
Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah, that mid block was very, very well orchestrated.
Do you think you deserve to win that game?
No.
Do you think you deserve to lose that game?
They had more clear chances, 100%. Because there was the one that Galeno missed. The first one where he hit the post, and then it came back to him. That I don't know how he missed that. And then obviously he scored the goal at the end. We didn't deserve anything from that game.
Who's at fault for that goal?
Who was at fault?
Who's at fault for that goal?
I would say David Raya.
Be honest.
David Raya and Declan Rice. The reason I say Declan Rice is only because he took too long to engage him.
But you know what? He was on a yellow though.
Which is understandable because it's think about it. It's the 90th minute plus added time. You don't want to go in for a tackle, lunge, and then
get sent off. You can't play the second leg.
So I understand, but I feel like you still have to go out and engage him. Do you know what I mean? Because even if you went out to engage him and didn't tackle him, I'd have rather that because it might
put off the attacker.
Exactly.
But having said that, Raya shouldn't be beaten from there. And I believe that, yes, I think he initially threw out the ball to someone who tried to Martinelli, and then Martinelli tried to play in Saka. I think that's how it went.
So if the ball came out towards the left side, I don't remember who it was, tried to switch it to either Odegaard or Saka. Odegaard missed it, and then
was it Odegaard that missed the pass?
because it was like too heavy for Odegaard but too light for Saka,
right.
And then that's when they
I think it was too heavy for Odegaard.
Yeah,
couldn't, because Odegaard is really good, right?
What are you talking about, bro? You see certain people, yeah. I'm talking about. It's like he's never played football in his life. He's never played football in his life.
What my point is that I feel like from when Raya released the ball, he had time to get back in the position that was that he would be able to save the ball. Because I saw a lot of Arsenal fans saying that he tried to start the attack and he didn't have time to get back into a position where he could save it. And I'm like, no, he had more than enough time.
He had a lot more time.
So I feel like from getting beat from there, it's not good enough.
To be fair, what I will say though, it was a very good strike. Let's not downplay it and be like,
it should be saved. Honestly, I think it should be saved.
I mean,
it was good, but it was only good because
it was a good goal. But I wouldn't blame a keeper if they were potentially unsighted by a defender trying to block it, if that was the case. But I am going to say that, David Raya, I think his position was, I think it's probably 3 yards a bit too high. Yeah. If he was a bit deeper, close to his net, then I think he saves it.
Yeah. But for me, as a United fan, that game doesn't surprise me. You losing to Porto away from home
does not surprise me.
It also won't surprise me if you come back and win at the Emirates.
Yeah.
But does that surprise you?
Not particularly, because there are some teams that we played against in the league where they've kind of, not to the same extent, because we were eventually, when we played Brentford and we ended up winning 1-0 with Havertz at the far post, they did pretty much the same thing. They deployed a mid block, and for the majority of the game, they stifled us. And that's what Porto did. They stifled us. They said, look, when you come into the middle, we're going to be on you like hounds. Yeah. Stay out wide, pass it around your defense, keep all the possession. We don't care. But we know that when you go out wide, we're going to double up on both of your wingers, and we're going to make sure that you can't play it through the middle. And that's exactly what happened.
No,
They set us.
it's-
They set a trap on the wings and congested the midfield.
It's funny
so-
you asked that question, Raf, because if you ask me, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest, right? Now, I've got some stats for you, right? Now, before I get into the stats, what I want to say is that at the beginning of the season, I saw a lot of fans on Twitter and on social media in general that were saying that, one, you could potentially win the Champions League. Some were adamant that they were going to win the Champions League, and you were adamant that you will at least make the semi-finals, right? Now, with me, I don't think that you guys could have done that anyways, right? And I still don't. The debate that I want to go into is whether or not you guys think that Arsenal are ready for the Champions League or ready to win the Champions League. Okay.
Okay.
Now I've got some stats for you, and I'm gonna go into my Mourinho accent now. Yeah. Now, I want to talk about Arsenal's opponents. Arsenal's in the last 10 years, their Champions League exits.
knockouts.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm ready for this.
Are you? I don't think you are.
No.
Right. 2010-11, round of 16.
Okay.
11-12, round of 16. 12-13, round of 16. 13-14, Raf?
Round of 16.
14-15, round of 16. 15-16, round of 16. I'm gonna keep going. I'll go even a bit further up. 17-18, did not qualify. 18-19, did not qualify. 19-20, did not qualify.
Oh.
Right? Cool. So now, all of a sudden, that you guys, is your first year back in the Champions League since 1920. You think that you're able to hit semi-finals and able to win the Champions League, having not won it ever before. I'm not done. Hold on. Now we go on to their the people that they faced in their last 10 Champions League exits.
Okay. Barcelona.
2008, 2009, Manchester United in the semi-finals. Yeah.
Okay.
Then it just goes when you guys were last in it. Yeah. So
in
not in the last 10
semi-finals?
years. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
you guys
okay,
won when you guys were last in the Champions League. 2009, 2010, Barcelona, round of 16.
Yep.
Barcelona again, Milan, Bayern Munich, Monaco, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Villarreal. All you got knocked out. Yeah.
Real.
In terms of your Champions League exits.
That wasn't Champions League.
No, that's Europa League. But you're Europe, yeah?
Okay.
Round of 16 again. Cool. Now, you guys got, 13 points this season, wasn't it? In your group stages.
Yeah.
Right? This
I
season.
think
I think you guys got, I'm pretty sure, hold on.
We lost against.
No, I
Lens.
can check it.
You drew one.
I can check it.
We lost.
I see it now. I see it right here. 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, so 13 points.
Yeah.
Now, there was one time you got more than that in your last 10 Champions League campaigns, and that was 16-17, where you got 14 points, right?
And then we think we got cooked by Bayern or something like that.
Wasn't that was the season you got cooked 10-2
It wasn't.
by Bayern? That was the season.
It wasn't.
That was the season.
14, 15.
No, 16-17.
There we go.
That's what I'm saying. 16-17, you got 14 points in your group stages,
Okay. Yeah.
and you got knocked out by Bayern Munich 10-2 that season. So what makes you think, right? Having been Villarreal, Lens, PSV, or whatever, you got 13 points that you're ready to now win the Champions League. And in your prior best season where you got 14 points, you got beat by Bayern Munich 10-2. What in your right minds of Arsenal fans do you guys believe that you're able to win the Champions League out of nowhere? After bottling the league to Man City, you're going to win one of the greatest achievements that you can as a club. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. And that's why I believe Arsenal are not ready to win the Champions League, are not ready to go to the semi-finals, quarter-finals, and I guarantee you're going to lose against Porto at home in the round of 16. Guaranteed.
All I'm gonna say is, put a fork in me. I'm done because he fucking cooked me. I'll be honest with you. He's cooked me. He's cooked me there. He's cooked me there. But,
It's not going to happen.
Why?
what I will say is, yeah, cool. Now, you know me. I like to say context for a lot of different things. That Bayern Munich team. Listen, I'm not actually no. What did I say in our last Champions League video? I said that it is when we had NCX on here. I said it is potentially easier to win the Champions League than it is the Premier League. And why is that? Because there's an element of luck. And it just, element of luck in terms of who you get in the knockouts up until the quarterfinals. And then that's when I said, from the quarterfinals, I'll face them in the semis. And then if I get through to the semis, get past the semis, I'm going to beat them in the finals. Barca. And if you think about our squads that we had at the time, weren't even able to go toe-to-toe with them. That AC Milan team, where they had Zlatan, they had Kevin Prince Boateng in his prime, Thiago Silva, it was not level. And to be fair with you, even that one we went out on away goals. I think it was that one and against Bayern Munich we went out on away
you're
goals.
trying to say that the teams that you played that you got knocked out were a better team than what Porto is at the moment.
100%.
Right. Hold on.
Wait,
Wait there.
Teams in the...
Wait there. Hold on. Wait there.
Is that an argument?
Are you trying to tell me, right? Hold on.
The only team the only team that isn't better than Porto right now, or maybe even arguable, is Monaco.
Right. And you got knocked out by them.
Okay, that's one.
Right.
That's one opponent.
So you're telling me you're definitely you're gonna beat Porto at the Emirates and you're gonna go through. Can you guarantee that?
I am confident. I can't guarantee anything in life, but I am confident that, you know what, Arsenal are gonna come back and we're gonna learn from our mistakes, because it's this season. I think that's been the key change in Arsenal. The fact that when we have played a team and we've, you know, fallen short a bit, we've learned our lesson. In the Champions League.
Hold on. Why are you so sure that they're gonna get? You know me. I hate Arsenal,
Right.
innit? And you do as well. But
Right.
why are you? I'm not sure that they're gonna lose.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Home. Why are you so sure?
I'm gonna tell you why. Not Arsenal, sorry. Saka's smile is not gonna win you that game, yeah? Martinelli's aura is not gonna win you that game, right? Who else? Reyes passing out from the back is not going to win you
You're
that
not
game,
answering the question.
right?
You're not
My
answering the
reason
question.
is that Champions League is not the Premier League. Champions League, you need some sort of. It's not just about. It's not just about, like, referees aren't going to help you in this game. You need to be able to beat Porto, especially with the Champions League winners Pepe, the Champions League winner, the 5-time winner, right? In that he's not going to just roll over and let you guys score. It's not going to happen, right?
Of course not.
When a team like Porto, who has won the Champions League, right? The club like that is not going to just roll over for a side like Arsenal to beat them. That side like maybe like Brentford will just give you the ball and not. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to happen.
Don't do that.
I guarantee you.
Don't
Watch.
do that.
Clip this.
Don't
Clip
do
it.
that. We'll clip
Arsenal will not get past Porto in the Champions League. Clip
Cool.
it.
That's fine. But what I'm gonna say and what I'm not gonna let you do is disrespect all these Portuguese teams. And
I'm not disrespecting them.
You compared them to Brentford just now.
No, I'm saying that they're not Brentford and they won't roll over for you.
I agree. That's disrespectful because it's disrespectful because you didn't say they're not, like, if you said, oh, they're not Newcastle, they're not Tottenham, whatever, it makes a bit more sense because these teams are big teams. Brentford and Porto are on two completely different levels.
They are.
But anyways, I digress.
Bigger than Arsenal.
Let me say this now. Anyways, let me say this, yeah. Ah, this guy, he's trying so hard to trigger me. He's
You know
trying
what
so
it
hard
is?
to trigger me.
What's your collecting your thoughts? To me, your reason Arsenal not winning or getting to the semi-finals of the Champions League is not because of Porto.
Oh, of course not.
And it's not. I think you guys will win quite comfortably at Emirates. I'm fairly sure of that, to be honest.
Amen.
But it's not me glurping. That's just me being realistic.
Okay.
But at the same time, I always talk about Arsenal players not being men in it, and not. And I say that in the most respectful way.
I know. I get what you mean in terms
I
of
just
not
feel like
having that sort
there's
of.
a bit by bit thing, and I hear what Mike is saying, and like all the previous times that you've been there, you've never won it. In case you didn't know that, you've never won the Champions
Never won
League.
it.
And
Did know
in
it.
the previous season that you've been there, especially in the recent decade or 2 decades, you've been getting knocked out sometimes by teams that are beneath you. And now you're finally back in the Champions League. It is such a big expectation to think, all right, we're going to get to the final.
But that's the thing, and that's why I didn't say that. Oh, yeah, we're going to win out of the Premier League or the Champions League. Oh,
So
we're
what do you
definitely
think
going to
is
get to the
gonna
final.
happen? In the Champions League, where do you think you're going to end up?
I think we will end up in the semis. Honestly, I think we will. Because, and again, it's a thing where, yes, I get it. In the Champions League, it's not just about. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? No, why are you
This
laughing?
is the
He's mad,
history of the Arsenal. Literally, bro. This is football heritage.
Okay,
If you
but-
look, bro. Was it 7 times you got knocked out of the round of 16,
I
and the
hear
other
it.
2 times you didn't
I hear it.
qualify, and now all of
And
a
I
sudden
hear
you're
it.
going to make the semis. How does
And
that?
I
It
hear,
doesn't happen like that.
I said, I think we will make the semis. And the reason why I think we will make the semis is because you can say there's an argument to be had that the opponents aren't as strong as when it was that we were always getting knocked out then. Because think about it, Bayern aren't the same Bayern. But no, let me just
right now,
no. It's not even about form. It's about the amount of.
Don't no me like that.
No.
You gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop doing that.
Do you know what it is though? No. These teams are not the same teams. If we draw Barcelona in the round of 16, if we drew Barcelona instead of Porto in the round of 16 this time, it's different to when we drew Barcelona in the round of 16 those 3 occasions because the teams
They're different, yeah.
exactly
100%.
Same with Bayern Munich.
Madrid,
It'd be different.
City.
We never drew them in the round of 16. I'm going based off
But
of
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying is, you're saying that the quality of opposition has dropped.
Yeah, and
right?
also,
and I agree. Some teams, the Bayern Munich team isn't as good as it was then. I still think it has quite good qualities, and I still prefer their squad to yours. But
oh yeah,
cool.
their squad is
Bayern
better than
Munich
ours.
has dropped down.
Yeah.
I would say Real Madrid are probably of the same level as they were before. Some would argue better.
Okay.
And I would say Man City are definitely better than they were all those years ago. So
And
yes,
Barcelona aren't. And what this is what I'm saying.
so there are some teams that are better, some teams that are not.
09 10, who won the Champions League? Was it
So
Bayern Munich?
09, 010.
So 09 2010, who won the Champions League? Was it Barcelona or
It was
Bayern Munich?
It was the year that we lost to Barcelona that was the year before.
That was
And the
08
year
09.
after.
The year before and the year after.
So 08 09, we lost to you in the semis,
Yep.
and then Barcelona beat you in the final.
Yep.
It was 9-10,
Then 2009 2010, that's when Bayern Munich won the Champions League, right?
Against Chelsea, was it?
No,
No, that's 2012.
That's
When did
2012.
Hey, fact check. Who won the Champions League 09 2010?
I'm pretty sure it was Bayern Munich. But again,
Sorry, boy.
this is but this is what I'm saying. It's like out of some of those occasions we've lost to people who have gone on to the finals and won the Champions League, which is what I'm saying about the caliber of opponent that we're facing in the Champions League. And this isn't me complaining, say, oh, the teams were harder. Da, da, da. I'm not complaining. I'm not even saying that. All I'm saying is that I think with the way that we're playing
Right.
and the fact that we have, I guess you can say this year, proven the fact that, you know, when a team does beat us, on the reverse fixture, we've been able to learn from those lessons, especially in the Champions League. Lens beat us 2-1 in our group stage. In the reverse fixture, we smoked them 6-0. West Ham beat us 2-0 at our own home. Reverse fixture, we beat them 6-0. And it's a thing where it's like we're slowly... It's like what you said about us not being quote-unquote men and, you know, having that sort of get-it-done attitude
Do you
when it
guys
comes to
do you guys
opponents.
feel like do you feel like Arsenal has the confidence and two the ability to hold like back the pressure of not getting knocked out of the Champions League, knowing you have to get a result or you're knocked out? Do you think that your squad is able to handle that pressure?
I am 75% confident that we are, because I'll be very, very honest right now. As much as I am saying that, you know, I'm like 95% sure that we are going to win at the Emirates on the reverse fixture.
I don't think
but
so,
there
man.
is that 5% because it's like there have been times
Anything
that
can happen, I guess.
do you get it? Anything can happen, and there also have been times where it's like, you know what, we might be winning 2-0, and then they grab a late goal.
So what's the difference between you not winning at Porto's ground but now you winning at the Emirates? Like, what is the switch? Do you think it's just the time where you have to analyze the game, or do you feel like there really is no difference? Like,
I
I
think
know
no,
it's
no,
the
there is
atmosphere.
difference.
there is
Sorry, I'm gonna, because if I compare it to Man United last year, we dropped out of the Champions League and it was that qualification fixture that we had against Barcelona.
Barca, yeah.
We went to Barcelona and we drew.
Yep.
Right, I think we drew
1-1.
We got back to United and it was like, yeah, now at Old Trafford, Old Trafford was a fortress last season. You know, playing towards the Stretford in the second half, it felt like we were gonna win. That we could do something, even though Barcelona were a better team than us in a way.
Yeah.
And we won, and we won.
Yeah.
So playing away, like, let's not forget there is a difference between playing away and playing at home. You don't have the support of the fans. So I think that question is a straightforward answer, bro. When you're playing at the Emirates, they've got most of the people in that stadium supporting Arsenal, cheering them on. They're at home. They haven't travelled the long distance to Portugal, whereas Porto have travelled to England. So it makes things much
But
easier.
it's also the added pressure of knowing you have to get a result, and then you haven't been in this position for a very long time.
Porto have that pressure as well.
exactly.
Porto's been in the champs.
No,
They
it's not
have that pressure of having to get the result
100%. They do have that
away
pressure.
from home.
But they're more recently have had that Champions League experience, whether it be in knockout stages, group stages, or whatever. They've been in the Champions League longer and more recently than Arsenal have.
And
been.
I hear that,
So
but-
it's a new experience, especially with the players that Arsenal have. They are new to the Champions League. A lot of them is the first time playing in the Champions.
Okay,
You
and,
know what I mean?
and that's a fair point. That's a fair point. You could say Ludogorets were more recently in the Champions League than Newcastle, but Newcastle still managed to beat PSG.
No, yeah,
like I get it. It is about experience and all of these sort of things. But at the end of the day, mate, it's 90 minutes. Whoever on that day, whether or not you have the 12th man, whether or not you have the grace of VAR, the referee, whatever, it comes down to who wants it more. And off of all of these benefits or disadvantages, whether you're home or away, how are these players going to use that to the best of their abilities?
We'll see. We'll see. Before we wrap up, what I want you to do, look in the camera, talk about where you think Arsenal are going to finish this Champions League, whether or not they're going to beat Porto. And yeah, go ahead, Raf.
I think Arsenal will beat Porto in the Champions League. I think they'll win 3-1. I think it'll be quite a comfortable game. And I do reckon Arsenal will get knocked out in the next round. It's hard to predict that.
So that's quarterfinals, yeah?
Yeah, I think they'll get knocked out in quarterfinals. It's hard to predict that because we don't know who they're going to come up against. But I just think, and I think it's not really a bad thing for Arsenal to get to the quarterfinals and get knocked out. But yeah.
I think we will get past Porto. Not comfortably. I think it might be one of those ones where it's 2-1 and then we get a goal to sort of cancel out the extra time, make it 3-1 and win. I'd like to believe that we would go to the semi-finals. However, again, it is the luck of the draw. You know, if we get drawn against Real Madrid in the quarters, it's a long day.
You know.
So so yeah, I'm gonna say hopefully semis, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was just quarters.
Right. I'm saying that Arsenal aren't going to get past Porto in the second leg. I feel like Porto will hold them 0-0 up until around 60 minutes. Porto will score and then Arsenal will score, but then not have enough time to score anymore after that, and Porto will go through. So yeah, Arsenal will be knocked out in the round of 16 again, football heritage. And yeah, that will be it. Arsenal aren't ready for the Champions League, and I'll stand by that.
You need to get that hate out your heart.
I'll stand by it. All right. So that's the end of the episodes. Let us know whether or not you think that Arsenal, whether or not they're ready for the Champions League, whether or not they're going to beat Porto or not in the second half of their leg. I'm fully aware Manchester United aren't in the Champions League, but, you know, just putting that disclaimer out there, I understand it, but I just believe that Arsenal just aren't ready yet and will not be ready yet as they are bottlers. All right? Raph, lead us out.
Follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter. If you like the video, please give it a like and a comment. Subscribe to the channel. And as always, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Peace.